Hello everyone, welcome back on AgriAdventures. This is Simone, and today we are here on the AgriAdventures platform for a new Sunday interview. Today we are going to speak about the Adelaide Italian Festival. Starting from next week, from the 12th to the 21st of November, we're going to have a lot of events, a lot of Italian events in Adelaide. And obviously, AgriAdventures speaking about food producers and speaking about tradition and everything is correlated with the food production. It's involved in the development and in the distribution of these beautiful events. So today we have the opportunity to have a chat with two of the organizers of this event. We have Katy Papandrea from the Market Club, and then we have David Rezz, that is he has designed the one night in Barolo. Welcome everybody.
Hi.
Welcome. Grazie Simone.
Grazie.
Buongiorno, buongiorno. Okay, so for the people that's following us, you're following us on Facebook or you're following us on Radio Italian Adelaide. This is a live. You can like, you can share. Obviously, you cannot give a call us at the moment, as happened in the radio generally, but welcome to share, welcome to leave your comments down below. Also down below in the post, you can find a description, a quick descriptions of the events, and you will find a link where process the booking. So the idea of this live was to help to explain from who organizes these events to the people that could be interested, what will happen during these events experiences. Okay, so I believe we could start to have a chat with Katy and understand a little bit more about what you are going to do over there and why and what is so special about it. Katy, tell me a little bit, what do you think about the event?
Grazie Simone, grazie per questa opportunità. Allora, la giornata marchigiana, che si svolge ormai da 30 anni, tra ottobre e novembre, rappresenta un momento particolare del Market Club, in quanto vuole mantenere le tradizioni della ricca e particolare cucina marchigiana, ma vuole anche trasmettere queste tradizioni alle nuove generazioni. Un patrimonio regionale antichissimo di cui i marchigiani vanno fieri. Poterle condividere in Australia con tante altre culture e tradizioni diverse e non solo italiane diventa ancora più bello e importante, quindi mai rinunciare alla propria cultura e origini. La varietà e la diversità culturali sono la grande ricchezza dell'umanità. Negli ultimi anni la giornata marchigiana l'abbiamo abbinata alla settimana della cucina italiana nel mondo e di recente all'Italian Festival. Tante persone in tutti questi anni, marchigiani e non, giovani, studenti, politici, professionisti vari, hanno partecipato e imparato a preparare le nostre squisitezze. Voglio ricordare soprattutto i ravioli dolci al cioccolato, le olive ascolane, le crespelle, e colgo anche questa occasione, se mi permetti, ringraziare tutti i volontari che ogni anno prestano il loro tempo alla preparazione, nell'assistere tutti quelli che di volta in volta si sono voluti cimentare in questo esercizio. La giornata marchigiana è aperta a tutti, l'entrata è gratuita, si può assistere, partecipare e acquistare i vari cibi che vengono preparati e che possono essere consumati al club oppure takeaway. L'apertura al pubblico è dalle 5 pomeridiane fino al tardi, naturalmente gratuito. E quando dico fino al tardi, con esperienza degli anni passati, arriva alle 7:30, alle 8 è già tutto esaurito, perché poi tanti vengono magari per sbirciare, dare una guardata, poi gli occhi, no, poi porta allo stomaco e si fermano a fare cena. e quindi è stata sempre una iniziativa molto molto popolare, molto di successo.
Benissimo. I had to say that when I had to create the presentation, I struggled because there were so many yummy things to put on the screen that I was starting to be hungry. And that's why I was like quick to go through it. But definitely is an experience for somebody that is interested, not just to try out, but also interested to learn more about the behind the scene of the market traditional cuisine. Is that right?
Yes, so that's correct. Yes.
That's correct. Perfect. Thank you, Kathy, for this brief introduction.
The date again is the 17th of November.
Yep.
Very important. So everyone is welcome.
Thank you very much.
Grazie.
Okay, now let's move on the next experience. In this case, we are going to speak with David. So welcome, David.
Hi, thank you. Thank you. Like you, I'm very, very interested in the 17th of November. Having been to the Marche Club, you might not know, but all my in-laws are marchigiani.
Oh.
Yeah, mia moglie. So we've been to the Marche Club many times, and just the thought of crespelle and olive ripiene, oh boy. And Kathy's incredibly stylish hospitality makes a complete package for sure.
Perfect. And so would you like to tell us something about your event? Now I can move back on the presentation. So we have ACE that presents a night in Barolo.
Yeah. The next night, the Thursday the 18th, we're at ACE's, Simone, with a menu of Piemontese themed favorites. You know, things like vitello tonato, tagliarin, the multi egg yolk pasta with some shaved truffle, that type of thing. Some poultry, cheese, of course, torta, and we always talk about the food first when we talk about Italian things, but not far behind is the importance of wine. And people are fascinated with this area known as Barolo. It's a big concept, and what we've decided to do is it will feature Barolo, but as well all the other things that make up this concept of Barolo, because Barolo itself is, you can see on that picture there, that's Barolo Township. But it's the town of Barolo gives its name to a zone of Barolo, and that zone in turn gives its name to a much wider area that we call the Langhe. And that it's a whole concept more than just one wine. So we're going to show a number of faces of the Barolo grape variety, Nebbiolo, but we'll also show some of the other things, some of the other wines. Nebbiolo in a sparkling form, which are really fascinating wines. Dolcetto, the introductory red grape, that's really the day-to-day drinking wine. We're going to show Barbera, a really fascinating, delicious variety that's going to become more important, I think, in Australia. And we're growing some really good Barbera in Australia. But then we'll feature a pair of Barbaresco wines from the other major zone of Nebbiolo, and then a bracket of 4 Barolo wines.
Perfect. That is going to be a really interesting night. You said how many wines will be served for that night?
There's about 12, and I say about because I can almost never do a show with knowing the exact number of wines. I get so excited in the lead up that I grab another wine, put it under my arm and show people yet another wine, just for the fun of it, or to show the contrast. Because one of the things that's got people fascinated about this area and this grape, the Nebbiolo, it's very similar in some ways to Pinot Noir. In fact, early winemakers in America that tried to make something like these Barolo wines from this grape, it drove them crazy because it's very difficult to make. but they described it as Pinot Noir with attitude, because it's got all the fascination, complexity, but you have this tannin thing that comes with it. And we thought, I've been doing this for many decades, representing wines from this area, and we thought that tannin would be very difficult, but in fact, it's the fascination of the wines and this tough tannic thing, but it's aptitude with food that make it so fascinating. And the other thing that make it even more fascinating is that you can be walking through this Barolo area, either that commune itself or any of the neighbouring 11 villages that make up Barolo, and the wine can change in 50 metres. Even wines made identically can change. Well, you know, as a sommelier, this is why Barolo is fascinating to people, because it can change. In one place, it can smell of roses and cranberry and dried herbs, and in just a couple of kilometres away, it can be completely different with all things, dark things like soy and smoke and meat stock and porcini. So we'll show people some of those contrasts that night.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's one of the type of things that when we are going and traveling all over Italy, we're looking for. So that is the traditional Italian style of enjoying our peninsula. Well, now I have to do a little bit of my job, which is I'm going to share quickly the experience that I developed for the Italian Festival. And in this case, it's a tour. As for people that follows AgriAdventures, I also organize tour visiting local food producers. In this case, is a tour for the traditional Italian food producers based in Adelaide. That is a double winning Italian food that also is produced and give work to locals, Australians. So we speak about 3 producers and one big shop, if you want to say, or a deli shop. So the first we're going to visit is Continental Taralli Biscuit. It's a business that is running since 50 years ago. They produce these delicious tiny crackers, if you want to call them. They are traditional from the south of the Italian peninsula. And we will stop over there for having a chat with the producer and tasting some products and also learning more about their business. Then we will move to Mercato. Mercato is becoming a kind of iconic location in north of Adelaide for Italian food. Over there, we will browse a little bit their products, we'll discover more about their story, but also we have a chance to have a pasta. I can't say it is not degustation, it's not a master class, but we will show you, they will show us a little bit cooking style for pasta, because I've seen doing really horrible things to pasta in my experience. Anyway, and we will have lunch over there. The following step, it's to me really amazing, is an opportunity that it's a unique opportunity. We'll have a chance to enter Nino's meat facilities with Ilario, which is the person behind the brand at the moment, and we'll speak about fermented meat. So we'll have the chance to understand more why the fermentation in the traditional method of cured meat, and also we will have the opportunity to taste some of their products. And to finish our tour, that, by the way, is a day tour. Unfortunately, not many people will be available, but that is when the producers are available. So we will finish visiting La Vera Mozzarella. So we'll visit the shop, we will speak about or the producer or somebody that will be able to communicate to us the value. The tour is running the 15th of November from 9:30 to 2:30 p.m. and can be booked on the AgriAdventures platform in the event section. Next, let's be quick because I don't like to, pull too many things on myself. I like to speak more about the others, but this is another event that is being organized by Radio Italia Adelaide and is in cooperation with me as a sommelier and the Rezz Hotel, or new Rezz in Newton. That is actually behind the La Vera Mozzarella, by the way. And in this case, we are going to have a 3 courses dinner that is connected with the history and the geography of Italy. We're going to visit 3 regions. We're going to visit Abruzzi, we're going to visit the Trentino, and we're going to visit the Umbria. Speaking about wine, but also speaking about food. What we have done with the chef, which I had the opportunity to work a little bit, it was to come over with the traditional ingredients that you can find in the region. For instance, lentils for Umbria, we had the saffron from the Abruzzi. We had all these ingredients, and I simply gave to him the spark and to create something that was a revisitation of the ingredient under its own style. So it was really interesting, and I've been doing the pairing with the wine. Also during the event, obviously, we will have me behind the wine console, and then we will have the Dualita Acoustic Duo, which is a group of duo musicians that will bring over traditional or contemporary Italian music and for the audience. And we will have also a video and audio contents that will be provided by the Italian National Tourism Board. Still available to book on the AgriAdventures platform and in the events section, 19 November from 6 p.m. This is my mistakes, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. because otherwise it was going to be a really, really long dinner. Now I have to do the work for somebody else. Unfortunately, was not able to come over with us today. Mariette Galetta and Dom Antonino from the Calabrese, the Arena Club, which is correlated a little bit with the Calabrese community over here. The traditional Calabrese dinner over here, we have a lot of interesting traditional food. And as I said, it was really difficult for me to come out with this presentation because there was food anywhere. By the way, and now I can go back on us. And Kat, if you want, you can come back with us too. So you were saying, David, where is possible to book your event?
Yep, Eventbrite. That will take you straight to that event. At ACES. Now, ACES, can I have a second just to explain ACES? ACES is that hotel, you know, that comes out of the market precinct on Good Street. And so on the face of it, people might think, well, that's not a venue that I think about, you know, in an Italian context. And I didn't really, until I realised that the Fantasia family have been the hosts there for a long time. So they've got a serious bottle shop. I knew that. But I realised they've also got a really serious, you know, a convincing Italian food offering. Even though the chef is a skip, Chris Smith, I can tell that he really understands what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He'll be a chef that won't try and do better than a nonna can do, and that's, for me, that's what we want him to do. So it is pretty good food there for sure. So people are going to get an authentic experience on the 18th.
Lovely. So I think that Katie, because I knew that Katie actually was having to start to work tonight at the Market Club, I have the feeling that she's already doing that. But anyway, if you want to come back in a few minutes, we can say bye to everybody that's following. Otherwise, for the people that have been following us, you can go to visit Katie at the Market Club every weekend. You can find her that she's working really hard, always professional. Otherwise, David, I believe that you have also a Facebook page that is possible to follow, or the people, they can come over for the event, and then over there they can discover more about what you're doing over here in Adelaide in South Australia. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah. And people are welcome to, I really like contact. You know, I really always pride myself on wanting to explain to people, you know, the intricacies of this, because the night itself, all the producers, Simone, are family producers. You know, this is not industrial beverage. This is the real thing that we're showing. So some of it's my wine that I bring in myself, some from our friends at Vinify, the distributor that's associated with Mercato. Vinify, I will tell you, my son works there, so it's all in the family. And so myself and Chris Newton-Smith of Vinify will host this. So, and what we'll try and do is make it really light-hearted, but with information. You know, we know people don't want to come along to to where they get ear bashed for 10 minutes about the soil and the color of the winemaker's socks. We won't be doing that, but we'll get the idea across to people, but in a fun atmosphere.
Lovely, perfect. Oh, hello, Katie. Welcome back with us.
Grazie.
Niente,
Grazie.
figurati.
E infatti io devo andare al Marche Club. Io ti ringrazio. I thank you with all my heart, because this is excellent, and your program is very well followed and listened to. So I welcome everyone to come and see us on the 17th of November for some great food and different food also. Thank you once again, and goodbye.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao David.
Ciao a tutti.